Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another update of my Canadian dividend investing portfolio. So, not too much to report here, but I just want to run through the stocks that I bought yesterday, talk a little bit about why I did, and then go through some of the portfolio performance. So, if you're new to the portfolio, not the portfolio. If you're new to the channel, what I do is I talk about my portfolio. It's a Canadian dividend investment portfolio. Everything I'm buying is pretty much a Canadian dividend paying stock on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I use Wealthsimple Trade to buy and sell the stocks, and I track everything in this custom Google Sheet that I made. There are links to everything in the description below. For example, if you'd like to try out the Google Sheet, or if you'd like to try out Wealthsimple Trade, Wealthsimple Cash, get some free money or free stocks, and some good bonuses there. So all links are in the description. So today, the stock value is sitting around 70,888. Last time we were looking at this video, it was around 70,900, so pretty much hovering around the same, even though I did deposit about $350, which means in the last few days, the value of the stocks has declined a little bit, but that's okay because we still are building great momentum here. We're up over 10% lifetime, or almost $7,000. When we look at this, this is the total gain of the whole account. 1,800 of that is coming from dividends and 7,000 is coming in total. So that means actually most of the gains here are from capital gains, or like the increase in stock price. But a good amount is coming from dividends as well. And I have a solid amount of dividend income projected for the future, around $2,700 per year, or about $228 per month. Now, because most of these stocks are dividend aristocrats or just generally strong dividend companies, they're always increasing those dividends. So even if I don't put in more money, this value is going to increase over time as the company's stock price increases, and that's usually followed by an increase in the actual dividend payment. But anyways, let's take a look here at the sector breakdown just for a quick second. I am pretty heavily involved in real estate and utilities, and I'm going to be showing you that I did buy quite a bit more utilities today. I'm a big fan of both of these sectors. The real estate is just paying out crazy high yields with the REITs, and there's been some pretty good recovery going on since the pandemic, whereas utilities have nice steady growth and good dividend growth there. And then some of the other smaller sectors that I'm involved with are here, and at some point I'd like to build these out. I think personally I want to try to keep real estate and utilities to around 50% of the portfolio and everything else, but I'm just always finding good deals in here and wanting to buy more and more. When we look at the individual holdings here, we can also get an idea of what the breakdown is of some of the individual positions. You can see the big ones here. These are all real estate companies, and then some of the other ones you can see in here are the big holdings, and then lots of little tiny ones. You can actually get a better view in the portfolio tab of exactly what's going on. I like to sort this by percent of holding. And by the way, if you're using the sheet, the way to sort this, to turn on and off the filter, is just this little button up here. So I can turn off the filter and now it's not sortable. And then to turn it back on, just click up here on that little button, and you're able to sort with whatever you want. For example, we could put the biggest wins at the top and the biggest losers at the bottom, and that sort of thing. So I like looking at it this way, just because I'm always interested in trying to build up some of my smaller positions to really balance out the portfolio. And if they are presenting a good buying opportunity, for example, maybe they're in the red, but they're still a strong stock or something like that, then it's a good candidate for me to be thinking that I'm interested in buying some more. But I was also looking at some of the individual trend lines of these stocks, and let's actually take a look in Wealthsimple Trade and take a look at the first company that I picked up, which was Fortis. You can see in the recent week or so, they've just really dropped off quite a lot, down 4% last week, and so I did take that as a buying opportunity because when we look at them in the last year and 5 years, and even more if they're max chart, they're just going up and up and up. And if they drop off a little bit, I like to always jump in on that. A similar thing was going on with Emera. So same idea with these guys. In the last few weeks, they have really dropped off. Let's see if we can get a number for that. They've gone down from their recent high of 63 all the way down to 58. So that's pretty good. And again, in the last 5 years, doing really well and just jumping in on this decline that they've had recently. I wanted to pick up Hydro One as well because they're also doing pretty well in a slightly similar fashion to Emera. They have just dropped off a little bit, and I just want to grab those too. And then I had a little bit of money left, and so I picked up some in Interjex. These guys, they have just been on a huge decline ever since their high in January, but aside from the stock price decline, their earnings and revenue looks good, and I think in the long term that this, we're not totally screwed here, and so I'm just trying to pick these up as I go as well and reduce my average price because I am actually down on this position because I was buying a lot in this region mostly. And there was one more that I picked up, which is Savaria, SIS. These guys are declining a little bit since they're also recent high. I think I'm down on this position too, well, just a little bit, but I just wanted to start averaging down as they go because this is a pretty solid dividend growth company as well. So when we look at the activity tab here, we can see all of the purchases that I made. Bought 2 shares of Fortis, 2 of Emera, 3 of Hydro One, 4 of Interjex, and 4 of SIS, Severia. So what I do is I want to copy these down and transfer this in exactly into my spreadsheet, noting down like the exact quantity and unit price. And I'm going to do that in the transactions tab of the sheet. And when I do this, I just want to, like I said, make sure that I get the exact number and quantity right for each position. And once I'm satisfied that all of the totals are correct, matching what I have in Wealthsimple, and the last thing to do is just go to the summary tab and pretty much check what has changed with the annual dividend income. So at the beginning of the video, this is around $2,742, and now we're sitting around $2,759. So that's an increase of about $17 per year, which is awesome. Totally passive, tax-free income. And that's just going to keep compounding as I reinvest this money each time I receive the dividends, and as this grows naturally when those companies increase the dividend payments, and as I deposit more and more money of my own money into the account. So guys, there we go. I think that's all for the update this time. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like this stuff, make sure you drop down and leave a comment down below, because I'm always curious to see what stocks you guys are buying in this week as well. So yes, I'll see you in the comments and in the next video.